Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So today's pick a card reading is going to be about self-love and manifestation. So the way I came up with today's theme was I wasn't sure what I wanted to do a reading on. I've been doing daily readings, so I just want to make sure that I'm being guided by spirit and not just making up topics. So I pulled a healing oracle card and the self-love one came out, and I felt called to add that emphasis of manifestation on it as well. So that's what we're doing today. And as usual, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you stumble upon it, it should be relevant for you in your life, okay? With that being said, let's get into it. We have pile 1, pile 2, and this is pile 3. I'll give you a moment to meditate on your pile. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1. When it comes to self-love, what you need to do is establish a relationship with yourself. So that means that you need to learn who you are, what makes you tick, and why you operate the way that you do. And I feel that this is really a key to conquering any limitations you have, any fears you have, any lower self-value that you have, okay? So at the top you have Soulcraft. This card means life happens from you, not to you. And that's a very key theme here for you, okay? You need to adjust your perspective because you're projecting your negativity and all of your negative thoughts into your reality, okay? You have to remember that you're crafting your world, okay? You have to gain the wisdom and discernment to understand what happens, to understand what aspects of your life are in your power to control and which ones aren't, okay? Because right now there's some disillusion regarding this, and it's lowering your self-value because you're misplacing your power. You're trying to control what you can't while allowing the aspects that are in your power to control to roam free. Like everything that you have power over right now is just free. It's flowing in the wind, happening to you, right? Because in your perspective, you don't have any control over these things. So I hope that makes sense, because sometimes we do cling to things that we really can't control, like things that are outside of us, but we kind of lack accountability when it comes to our own personal growth and development and the things that are in our power to control, whether that's inner growth or external factors that we would like to change that we can, because all of the things that happen externally are not necessarily things that we don't have power over. And some things are a combination of both. Like sometimes you can do something that may trigger something else, but you have more power in certain situations than you think. That's what I'm hearing, okay? So you have to learn to be stable without trying to control or holding on too tightly, okay? Be very conscious of your thoughts as they flow in, okay? Because you have the Misser here, and I feel like I get this card a lot when I'm doing YouTube readings. This person is clinging to their riches, okay? You can give without over giving, okay? You can save without clinging to it for dear life. Find that balance. And you also have that Two of Pentacles, which is the moment-to-moment card, which also is telling you to find that balance, okay? You really need to center. Back to that Two of Pentacles, okay? That's a really important thing, because here in the center you have Soulcraft and the Master. It definitely says that you don't know yourself and that you lack self-awareness, okay? Again, become familiar with who you are, how you think, and why, and what you like. Learn you, okay? You have to take hold of those overactive issues with control that you have and channel them in a way that's healthy, where you can master yourself, okay, and begin to craft your life like these two cards in the center reference, because clinging too tightly is something I'm hearing that you do, okay? It's definitely something that you do. The reason that the Mister card and the moment-to-moment card staggering the Master card are very relevant and very important to how to find more self-love for yourself is because that clinging and lack of balance and refusing to live moment to moment and just finding peace as things are, and in knowing that you have the power to create the world around you. If you look at that top row, you have Happy Happy, Soulcraft, and Mandala of the Moon. That card is the, what does that say? It says Mama Quilla. She is the, I am spacing on who she is. Up there it goes, Lunar Mother. She's the Lunar Mother. And this mandala has the power to manifest via magnetic attraction. Those words, magnetic attraction, okay? It's something you do currently. And I know we always hear, oh, let's attract whatever into our life. Let's manifest. People always want to manifest. But people don't realize that in that, there's also a shadow aspect to manifestation. Okay, you can't say I have the power to attract more positivity into my life while not acknowledging that you are, in fact, the source of the negativity in your world. And that is you right now. Because you lack self-love, because you lack the self-awareness to reach the point of self-love. And side note, you have lots of manifestation power. You're probably at a very low point or have been, and you're wondering, that's probably why you're seeking out a video on self-love. You have the power to be as happy as you have been sad and unfortunate, because you have very strong manifestation energy. And I see that that's what's blocking your self-love, because you're so fixated on the negative aspects of your world that you're creating more of them, okay? Like if something happens at the start of your day that throws you off balance, you continue to manifest a continuously bad day. You don't give it the opportunity to turn itself around and become the best day, if that makes sense. So you have the Happy Happy, Soulcraft, and Mandala of the Moon, which is very creative energy, okay? This is, you have the power to manifest your world. You are currently manifesting your world. And it's the most empowering thing you can see in a self-love spread, because again, sometimes we place our power outside of ourselves, and yes, you do, but it's more your perception that your power is outside of yourself that's limiting you. Like you haven't actually given your power away, you just kind of think you have, because you are actively manifesting and actively controlling your world. You're just clinging too much, too tightly to certain aspects of it, which is in turn bringing in more of the things that you don't want, because you lack the self-awareness and the relationship with self to be able to stop, regroup, and adjust, okay? So I need you to really focus on your power. That Master card is you mastering yourself. That Soulcraft is you mastering your life. Them in combination is you mastering yourself and your life. Being in control of who you are as a person, how you think, how you feel, being aware of that. Okay? Because it begins with the thoughts. It's hard to change your feelings without changing your thoughts first, because for most people, they're very intertwined, and the emotions are harder to break, because that's something that's much deeper, okay? And we just naturally have issues controlling those. But if you start with your mindset, the feelings will flow naturally as they should, okay? Which is why I say establish a relationship with yourself. Just like you would with a friend or in a romantic partnership, you get to know the person and then you develop positive feelings. This is what you need to do with yourself. Step out of yourself for a moment and learn you as though you were a person outside of yourself. Analyze yourself as though you are not you. Don't be overly critical, but be honest. Okay? And in doing that, you open the gate for, okay, why do I think that way? Why am I triggered by this? Why do I just accept that my world has to be negative when I know there's opportunity for it to be positive? Because once you adjust that thinking, you'll open yourself up to the positivity around you and then in turn invite more of it in. All right, Pile 1. So themes are establishing a relationship with yourself so that you can understand how to love yourself. So you can understand how you think, why you think, and who you are and what you need. So you can give yourself all of that. Just as you would with a relationship with a person outside of you, you do that with yourself internally. What do I need? Why? What are these negative thoughts? What are these negative feelings? Why does my world look the way that it does? What can I change? What am I overly fixating on that's out of my control or power, or that may even be less relevant than I think it is in my life? Where am I giving away my power? Okay, that's how you bring in more self-love into your life. And I promise you, you'll see quick transformations with this once you adjust your thinking. I think, again, I can't say that you have a better chance of doing that than other people, because that's not true, but I do see it happening very quickly for you. Okay, Pile number 1? If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, Pile 2. Your themes are head versus heart and mind contradicting feelings, okay? You really have to clear these thoughts, okay? Your self-love issues stem from a very deeply rooted sense of unworthiness. Like, you deeply feel unworthy. But it's odd because I'm seeing that it's not necessarily an emotional thing. It's all head. It's all thoughts. Okay? For whatever reason, you've completely convinced yourself on a mental level that, and you accept this as fact, that you don't deserve any love and any happiness, not even from yourself. Okay? You're refusing to receive and participate, okay? I'm saying receiving because of this receptivity card that you have, which has a dual meaning. We'll get into the more positive aspects of it later, but currently you are lacking in that energy. You are not consciously allowing yourself to receive this energy. It's all mental. It's all conscious mind. You are telling yourself that you do not deserve happiness. You do not deserve things. You don't deserve your dreams to come true, which is why you have this outsider card, okay? You are right now this outsider refusing to participate in life, okay? You're up there thinking, you're outside of the gate. You've convinced yourself that your truth is that you are unworthy of all of the successes you will desire. But on that truth be told card, you see it is revealed that these are all lies that you are telling yourself, Pile number 2. And you're being asked to open that gate and release yourself, because you need to create space for the blessings that you desire, for the self-love you need to feel, okay? You don't have the space for that right now because you've locked yourself away. And we need to open up so that we can feel the love that we have for ourselves and also be open to the love that others would like to share with us, okay? The good news about these lies you're telling yourself is that they are simply in your head on a conscious level, emotionally and in your heart space. you do not truly believe them, no matter how much you've drilled it into your head, your heart is actively working against these thoughts, okay? That's the positive side of this receptivity card. You're already opening up to receive the blessings that the world has to offer you, okay? You have the sweet paradox of empowering grace. That card it basically means the mind says no, but the heart desires it. Therefore, the heart will win in the end, okay? You are supported towards the success of your heart's desire. That's the paradox. Your mind is telling you you don't deserve, but your heart wants it anyway. And in your case, your heart will come out on top. You just need to give it a little support by adjusting your mentality, okay? Your mental space is not clear. You need to clear your mental space to help your heart space so that you can manifest things more quickly, so that you can create more self-love and feel more deserving and eliminate those feelings of unworthiness, okay? Because you are divinely supported. That sweet paradox of empowering grace is letting you know that spirit guides, ancestors are here helping you heal and clear that energy, those negative thoughts that you've been conditioned to believe, whether they come from you or sources outside of you. That energy is clearing because your heart knows the truth, okay? And your heart is manifesting what you deserve. So you may actually see things coming in as you initially start adjusting your mentality, because your heart was already working on a deeper level, even though you weren't consciously aware of that up until now. That's what's happening, okay? So very beautiful spread. Please stay out of your head, adjust your thoughts, because on a deeper level, you're very much aware of what it is you want and how to get it. Okay, it's just that unworthiness, those mental thoughts that you've been conditioned to believe, again, whether from yourself or other people, sources outside of you. That's what you need to clear. That's what's blocking your self-love and your manifestations, okay? That's all I have for you, pile number 2. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 3. So when it comes to self-love and manifestation, so I'm going to say this, and if you don't fit into this group, don't leave. That doesn't mean that this isn't your reading. It's just that this particular group that I'm referencing, they have very strong energy, and they tend to take over readings, even though the same message may apply to you. It's just you don't identify with them. So my divine counterparts, I feel like this isn't the first time you've taken over a pile for reading that wasn't necessarily for you, but I do enjoy seeing you pop up, because the synchronicities in the decks when you show up into a room is just wild, and it even shocks me every time it happens. So I'm just gonna go over what I see, like just physically on the decks, before I talk about the messages, because the spread is crazy. So we have the Orphan card, which is number 5. Okay, beneath it, we have the Divine Masculine, 32, which is also 5. We have the Totality card, which is a 5 card. And then at the top, we have number 11, Way of the Divine Feminine revealed. And then we have number 38, which is also 11. She with the Andean Emerald Heart. I think that's how that's pronounced. So 5 symbolize change. That might be a relevant number in your life. We have 11 and 11. Take from that what you may. It's very interesting. And, this is definitely going to be from a feminine perspective, just because of the way that I see this reading going. But it's just interesting because, again, from 2 separate decks, we have the Divine Masculine card, and then at the top we have Way of the Divine Feminine revealed. And there's lots of feminine energy here, and if that is not you, it's still something that you need. Maybe you need to tap into your feminine energy, so take it that way. But there's lots of feminine energy here. Again, we have the divine masculine card, but we have way of the divine feminine revealed, and she with the Indian emerald heart. And we also have the Queen of Pentacles or rainbows in this deck. She is flowering. So again, I like to see y'all, if you know, hopefully it means that you're focusing on things other than that union or situation, because again, I think that's where the twin flame soulmate group people tend to, you know, have things to say about y'all, because there tends to be an over focus on union and this other person instead of working on yourself simply because you want to thrive. But I think I might touch on that a little bit in this reading, because again, we're talking about self-love and manifestation. So this is about you individually, not your divine partner. So right now, you're being encouraged to activate your lower chakras. So solar plexus, sacral, root. Okay? You need to start creating the life you want to live as an individual independently. Okay? You have that flowering card. You're blooming right now. Allow your petals to spread. You're also being encouraged to work on your heart chakra specifically, because again, that emerald heart at the top, you know, there's a lot of green on this flowering card. While activating and utilizing those lower chakras, you need to be healing and nurturing your heart chakra. Obviously, we're not neglecting any of the other ones, but that's just specifically what you need to work on right now for your self-love, because creation and receptivity are things that are really key themes here for you. That's what you need to be focusing your energy on right now. I see with that orphan card that this energy that you're in, okay, so you've either been triggered by your divine masculine, or you've been triggered so that your divine masculine can come in. So again, this isn't just because I said, you know, twin flame, I said, you know, divine counterpart, doesn't mean that this is someone that's in separation, actively getting together. Like, this isn't someone that's actually come together at any point. This could be you maybe finding out from this video that you are, in fact, the divine counterpart, because everyone isn't and everyone doesn't know. So maybe this is you finding out. But I'm saying, if you're finding out via this video, then either that person came in, whether you recognize them or not, or you're being triggered so that that person can come in to you. Now, if none of this applies, if this doesn't resonate, you don't believe in the twin flame thing, it's not you. What I'm saying is, for that group, there's a certain balance that you need to find within yourself, okay? Before you can find love and prosperity outside of yourself, there's a certain balance that you need to find within you. So again, even if it's not a twin flame situation for you, if you selected this pile, there's certain work that you have to do before you can prosper outside of yourself. And it starts with those chakras and this healing, because with that orphan card, you have abandonment issues. Regardless of what group you fall into in this pile, you have extreme abandonment issues. You have issues being to yourself, for yourself, and living the life you want to live without factoring in other people. Okay, there's always, like, you may be the type of person that doesn't know how to be single, right? Things like that. Okay, I'm actually seeing, and I don't know how I didn't see it initially, that it's not just the lower chakras and the heart chakra. I'm actually seeing, if you look at the way of the divine feminine revealed, her third eye chakra is lit up and there's that indigo blue. And then if you really pay attention to the divine masculine card, there's also those colors of the higher chakras as well. So heavy attention on the chakras, okay? Whatever issues you're having, if you focus on healing, clearing, developing your chakras and aligning them with in the way that they need to be, you should see very much, you should see a lot of growth and a lot more self-love come in, and you should see your manifestations begin to form, okay? Because I don't feel like I saw this in a lot of the other things. There's lots of colors. These are colorful decks, but if you really look at this reading specifically, there's just heavy focus on them. Like even the Emerald Heart, it's on her heart chakra with, like I said before, you know, you see the indigo on the third eye, and then you see the figure in a divine masculine card reaching up and out as the light shines brightly in the colors of those higher chakras. And then, like, you know, the source where you see the lower chakras. It's just heavy chakra energy to focus on, okay? Now is the time to throw yourself into and submerge yourself as deeply into you as possible. So all activity should be receptive in nature. Everything you're creating should be poured into you without consideration for other people. I know that sounds selfish, but it's not. It's actually the best thing right now for you. Pile number 3. What you need to do is focus on you. Okay, I know no one wants to hear that when they're, you know, looking for union, but fortunately, this isn't a twin flame reading, okay? This is a pile that has heavy emphasis on people from the twin flame community, but this is a reading on self-love and manifestation. So those of you that are here as that part of that community, I really don't expect much backlash from you, because I know, you know, that's not what you want to hear when you go to specific twin flame readings, but here in this reading, this is our focus anyway, on ourselves. So that's what you need to do. Right now, you need to be receptive in nature, receptive to knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of yourself and the world. You need to be receptive to opportunities and experiences specific to you. Okay, this healing process, this focusing on the self, this creativity, because, you know, there's a heavy emphasis on focusing on that divine masculine. And that divine masculine was either taken away from you, or you were triggered in a way to make you understand how to stand on your own into your own power, okay? These opportunities and experiences are unique to you, okay? You need to be a whole version of you, the way of the divine feminine revealed. You need to be a whole version of yourself before you can step into union with any person, okay? Whether that's your divine counterpart or not. And that's where you struggle. This whole being alone and feeling on your own makes you feel out of your power, which contradicts the whole concept of being in your power. You understand? So this is very transformative energy. Again, you have 3 5s. You have 2 fire cards. You really need to allow this change and transformation to happen, because you're becoming the version of yourself that, if you are a twin flame, your divine counterpart needs to be with. You're not that person yet, okay? And they may not be that person yet either. But right now, they're either triggering you, or you're being triggered for them later on to grow and develop. Because this is a time of creating your world, okay? That's how your self-love is going to manifest. You're going to see all of the fruits of your labor start to manifest when you take that energy away from this connection and this other person. Or if you're not in a twin flame situation, if you stop focusing so much on things outside of you, obsessing over people and things outside of you, and you pull that energy into yourself and your needs and what it is that you want to create in this world, you're going to be very successful individually. And that is when you'll start to feel that self-love. You'll start to feel good, because you don't really have an issue manifesting. I feel this pile, regardless of who you are, you're not manifesting. You're just actively focused on external factors. You're manifesting, but you're probably manifesting for other people right now. You're probably thinking about this person, that person, and manifesting things for them. Not necessarily like you have power over their lives. That's not what I'm saying. But like, you're not really manifesting on your own behalf, if that makes sense. You're focused on everything but you. And when you finally take all of that energy, all of that power that you have, that you're projecting out, and focus it inside, you are going to be very prosperous, okay? You're going to grow and develop so much, and that person will come back in. Like I said, it's very interesting when I see, you know, the divine counterparts pop up in readings where no one was really looking for them. Not that you're not welcome, of course, you're always welcome. And, you know, I don't identify you only as a divine feminine or divine masculine. You are a person with a purpose, just like everyone else. But right now, for your self-love and manifestation, you're being asked to understand that this connection is not necessarily just about union with another person. It's about union within the self and what you can bring to this world, so that you can step into that power, so that if you are meant to be with this person in this life, when you come together, you are in your power, they are in their power, and then when you come together, you can create all of the things that these unions are supposed to bring to the world. Because two halves, you know, are not necessarily whole. You still have two halves. We have two separate people, two separate spirits, right? The word twin, and I'm not talking from like, I'm not a twin flame expert or anything. I'm not speaking from the community. I'm speaking from me and from spirit. The word twin is not necessarily two halves, okay? It's two separate people that mirror, okay? So you have to be whole and they have to be whole, okay? You have to be two, not one. You can come together as one. You know, I see, you know, I feel like I remember like 11 being very symbolic in the community. I think 1111 is a thing. So if that's true, then it's two ones. 1 + 1 is 2. That's still two people. It's not a singular number, right? As in 0.5, 0.5. Okay, now we're 1. It's 1 and 1. Okay, remember that, because that's very important. I know it sounds weird the way I'm saying it, but it's very important that you understand that. And again, those of you that aren't affiliated with the twin flame situation, you have abandonment issues. You latch on too many people and things outside of yourself, and you need to take your time and focus that energy on you and begin to create your life the way that you want to live it. That's how you can create more self-love and manifestation in your life, because it's not that you lack self-love, it's that you're trying to cling to it outside of you, okay? Because of those abandonment issues, you're trying to cling to love outside of you, so you're not giving it to yourself where you could be, okay? That's all I have for you, pile number 3. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.